I'm doing Depth vs. Heard, pop culture, entertainment, things like that. This year's from the Greek City Times. It's called Jennifer Aniston will file a lawsuit against Brad Pitt. She is asking for $100 million. All right. Now, obviously, we know the big news has been the lawsuits between Angelina and Brad Pitt. And now is Jennifer Aniston actually suing Brad? Let's see what they got. It begins after Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Aniston is also preparing to file a lawsuit against Brad Pitt. This time, the cause is not marital affairs, since they were resolved many years ago. Rather, Brad Pitt's ex-wife is preparing to file a lawsuit against him for financial outstandings. That's a lot of outstandings asking for $100 million. As reported by Spain's Marca, Jennifer Aniston intends to ask the actor for $100 million. The reason is none other than the production company Plan B, which they had founded together in the years when they were still a couple. The production company did actually pass into the hands of Pitt when the couple ended their relationship, but Aniston believes that she never got credit for helping to found the company. The demand is thought to be about principle as much as it is about money. Well, it's about quite a bit of money there. And it continues. This is not just about the money as far as Jen is concerned. What is just as important is the principle. The thing is, she was a co-creator and founder of Plan B, and while it technically went to Brad, she hasn't gotten the credit she deserved for building it from the ground up, a source close to the actress told Heat World. Now, here's the thing, and this came up with me and a friend not too long ago about how you say something and people assume certain things are decided as opposed to actually putting it in contracts on paper in writing. So, my friend actually had, not going to get into detail, some kind of a contracting deal with another friend. But it was just word of mouth. They had known each other a long time, so the one person who was going to do the job naturally assumed it's going to be him because they'd known each other so long and they talked about it. But the other person hired someone else legally and through contract. It started a whole big fight and everything. And something like that could have happened here, where, they talked about it. Maybe they thought you didn't have to put it all down on paper and contract and everything. But in the end, if it's not legally decided who's getting what, who's doing what, then the person with the legal ownership calls the shots. It just seems like something like that could have happened here. And now she wants to say, like, well, I was involved, I helped create it, we had all these conversations, this and that. But in the end, we got to see the documents and the legal papers to prove she was actually involved. If she wants $100 million, of course. The company's successes include films such as The Departed, 12 Years a Slave, and Moonlight, all of which won Oscars for Best Picture. They were also part of blockbusters such as Troy and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The same source added and noted that Jen expects at least recognition and involvement in the event that Brad's sale goes through, plus the option to work with whoever takes it over. All right, I guess so. I mean, I always got to think, and don't hate on me for this, but the person who's suing is usually the person who doesn't really have a career anymore. At least not out there in the mainstream making headlines, getting attentions. It's usually someone who knows the big, rich, famous name and says, hey, wait a minute, I want some money now because we did this way back when. But I could be wrong. Let's see how facts play out. If Brad wants to do right by Jen, he'll reach into his pocket and hand her a check for $100 million, which will be a drop in the ocean if the sale goes through, the source added. Once again, we don't hear about facts and evidence that she has that she was actually part of this thing, did what she said, and hey, maybe she did. I'm sure she talked about it with him, probably had a role in creating it and things like that. I don't think she probably made this up out of the blue, but all I'm saying is, aside from helping with the idea, she needs to be legally involved on paper when something like that's actually created. Could it be that she sees Brad as kind of in this conflict already? And she's striking a blow maybe when he's already down, something like that. I don't know much about her. But it does seem like a lot of people with mega bucks get sued pretty easily, and the lawsuits and claims are kind of sketchy. They're not like knockdown claims like, yeah, you know what, Brad did this, look at that evidence, wow. It's always something that seems to be highly debatable. And by the way, principles? I don't know. Johnny Depp said it wasn't about the money. I believe that because no one wants to be labeled a wife beater when it's not true. That's a horrible thing. But if it's just about like creating a company and wanting part of it, little bit different. I never knew Jennifer Aniston to be the creative person who takes pride in what she creates and things like this. That's just how I see it. I don't completely buy the moralistic argument side of it. I think it might be about the money in this case. That's my opinion, though. Let me know what you think down below. Doing shout outs, special thanks. Shout out to Cindy Bryden for sending me this. Thank you very much. Took a little while to get to. Been busy, but here it is. Here's the news. And if you're not subscribed here, consider it. And if you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.